on, fam? It's your man VACAY-Jay, and yes, I'm back with another video. This is for Season 4, Episode 2 recap. And yes, the FBI has come to town, and your girl gets caught doing the booty shots. Oh, man. And Aaron is just trying to do what he got to do to get away. Will he get away? We shall see. Let's break it down. So the name of this episode is What's Done in the Dark, and it reads, River and Ruth try to revive the highest. Malcolm begs Daikon for mercy. Marvin and Zane serve Aaron and Laura a special meal. And Sheriff Conley gets a visit from the FBI. So where did we leave off? We left off where the highest is still knocked out. And now, because his heart dropped and his pulse dropped, River is trying to hightail it out of there. Of course, Ruth is like, no, we need to revive him. We need to do something. Come on, help me out. Let's get him on the floor. So they get him on the floor. And your girl Ruth proceeds to do some chest compressions and tries to keep River from just freaking out, right? She's like, listen, the guard's outside, calm down. So she's pounding on his chest, trying to revive him, tells him to do mouth-to-mouth for resuscitation. And he doesn't know what he's doing, right? He's just doing whatever he can to put some air into his mouth, try to get into his lungs. And she's like, listen, stop freaking out. He's like, no, it's not working. It's not working. And she's like, listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So Ruth leaves and he's like, where are you going? And she's like, I'm going to get something to help him out. So she runs outside and she talks to your boy, scumbag Manny. And she's like, listen, I need the keys to that, that place that has, the medicine and everything. He's like, listen, no, I can't give it to you. She's like, listen, stop playing the games or I'm going to go and tell the highest about everything. Give me those keys right now. And she's demanding the keys. Of course, Manny, he gives up the keys reluctantly, but he's like, hey, listen, if you get caught, I didn't give it to you. And she's like, come on, man, just give me the keys. Let me go. Let me get up out of there. So she runs out of there to go get some medicine to try to revive the highest. Meanwhile, here we are in town at the sheriff's department, and we get some out-of-town guests. Who is it? Yeah, we got Desiree Walton and Cal Dennis from the FBI. What's going on, Desiree? And they're telling Deputy K to get your boy, Sheriff Conley, on the line. Meanwhile, he gets his rockadoochie girl, but it looks like she has teeth. And he's getting some brain right now and enjoying every moment of it, right? Sheriff Conley is wild. So we got the FBI, and they're just not telling her, who they are. They're just saying, listen, we need to get the sheriff, get him on the radio. And they get him on the radio. It's like, sheriff, we got some people here, and, they're asking for you, so you need to come in. And he's like, all right, daggone it. I'm getting some brain right now. Leave me alone, right? So he's like, I'm coming. I know the sheriff definitely is enjoying his job, right? So we see that they're just going to stand there. They're not going to say anything. They just want to talk to the sheriff. Meanwhile, that's right, Ruth runs in to get that medicine for the highest. And who does she see? That's right, she sees the real G, Lacey, just laying there, barely breathing. And she's like, what the hell? Like, she's seen a ghost, like all of us seen a ghost, like, again, still surprised that she's still alive. But she manages to get the key to get into that cabinet there to get the medicine that she needs. She fumbles around a little bit and she finds whatever she needs and she's about to leave. And as she's leaving, Lacey tries to grab her and says, hey, save me, get me away from her. And of course, Ruth got to go. Like, she'll deal with that later. She has to go and save the highest first. But your girl Lacey obviously is tied up and she's crying like, don't let her torture me. Don't let her torture me. It's like, oh, poor Lacey. So here we go. Your boy Malcolm is in the electric chair. The guard is talking to him like, shut up, shut up. Daikon comes in. It's like, what is he saying? He's like, he's not saying nothing. It's like, all right, well, and he's like, wait. I could tell you something. I could tell you whatever you need. And Malcolm again, trying to wheel and deal, trying to save his own life, trying to do all this and that. The guard ties him up. He's like, what do you want to tell me, Malcolm? What do you want to tell me something that I already know already, right? She's like, listen, I could tell you about the operation and I could tell you they're about to do this and they're about to do that and they got this and they got that. And Daikon is like, we know that already. Like, you're not telling me anything I don't know. You know what? have fun with him, juice him up. And he's like, no, no, no. And he starts laughing. Daikon starts laughing and he walks out. Now, as he walks out of the punishment trailer, where your boy Michael's about to get juiced up, he sees Ruth hightailing it, running around, right? She's coming from getting that medicine. Now she's running back. He's like, hey, what's going on? Where's the fire? And she's like, oh, Daikon, what you need? I gotta go to the highest. He's like, oh, you going to the highest? Why are you running? She's like, I always run to the highest. He's like, well, do you run to me? He's like, oh, God, here goes Daikon again, getting all sentimental. She's like, I love you. Ruth got to play it off. Even though she got to go, she's like, I love you. It's like, oh, you love me? Do you love the highest too? Yeah, I love the highest too. And he's like, listen, he always wants you, but he doesn't want me. And, he's talking his little sob story. She's like, listen, I got to go. Why don't you go talk to that couple? They need to talk to, you or somebody. Just go talk to the couple. He's like, you sending me away? And she's like, listen, I got to go. So Ruth goes and he's like, hey, listen, did you get that tetanus shot? Because I need that tetanus shot. She's like, yeah, I got it here. And he's like, no, 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 I don't do needles. He's like, you big guy, you got a big gun and you can't take the shot. Listen, when I'm done, whatever, we'll talk about it, right? I got to go inside, help the highest. So she goes inside and she gets this little shot for the highest, right? And he's like, what is that? What is that? She said, it's going to revive him. It's going to help him. When people OD, right? It's going to help him. Of course, River's yelling and screaming. She's like, boy, calm your ass down. You know what I'm saying? Manny's outside and he can hear you. Relax, be cool. But if it doesn't work, he's going to kill me once he wakes up. And she's like, listen, he's not even going to remember anything. Just relax, calm down. He has a pulse. Let's get him on the bed. Let's get him on the bed. So they try to get him up on the bed. And your boy River is freaking out because he OD'd the highest. Meanwhile, here we are. Insane Zane comes into the kitchen, and Elder Mother Marva, of course, is cooking some food for the couple. And, of course, he's like, hey, Elder Mother. It's like, hey, Zane, how you doing? Stir this pot for me. Stir the pot for me. We're making some food. She's like, oh, that smells good. And she's like, hey, don't get too close to that. Don't smell that, that's special food for the couple there. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, they need food. They don't want to stay. That's not good. What's going on? And she's like, listen, one day I'm going to tell you what's in the secret sauce. That's what makes it taste so good. It's the secret sauce. And that's where she puts all the products in there. So people will ingest it and it'll go into their blood system easier through the food. And then they get, toe up from her food. So they can then manipulate them and do whatever they want. So she's admiring Zane and she's like, you're a smart girl. Stay like that and everything. She's like, okay. And yeah, Zane and Elder Mother Marva got that mother-daughter type of thing going on. Okay. So here we are. We got River and Ruth, and they get him back on the bed. And he seems to be coming to. Your boy is super nervous. River's like, yo, when he wakes up, he's going to kill me. And Ruth is like, listen, he's not going to remember anything. You have to be cool, calm down. River is freaking out because he know what he did. She's like, listen, I'm going to go back to my trailer. If his pulse drops, come and get me. So she goes out, and of course, Manny's like, give me the keys back, right? So she gives him the keys back. She walks away. But as we see, Ruth, she's slick. Ruth is for the streets. She knows what she's doing. She took the actual key off of the key ring, and she stashed that key so she can get back in whenever she wants to, get whatever medicine that she needs and do whatever she needs to do. You know how Ruth does it, okay? So here we go. We got Joan and Aaron, and we got Laura. And she's like, yes, I wish you wouldn't have done that. You just need to wait for the highest. And he's like, listen, we're trying to leave or whatever. But again, their plan is to play the role. She's like, I'm sure you're hungry, right? And Laura's like, of course we're hungry. And she's like, Aaron, are you hungry? And she's like, I'm talking to him. And he doesn't say anything. But he's like, yeah, I need a meal. Here comes Daikon. And Daikon walks in like, hey, how you doing? Yeah. He's like, when can we leave? When can we see the highest? Well, you see the highest in the morning. Now it's time to get something to eat. Are you hungry? Yes. We'll take your bags, right? And Aaron's like, no, I'll take my own bag. And they're going back and forth about the bag. And Daikon's like, listen, he could take his own bag. It's fine. Jonah's like, oh, don't be rude. Trying to give you hospitality. You're offending my family. He's like, no, I'll carry my bag. Of course, Lewis, the other Lewis, they got like 3 Lewises. He takes Laura's bag. And it was a whole big deal, whole big whatever. So, Jonah's like, I apologize, and then they go to the pavilion to get some food, all right? Joan is just like, I'm sorry. She plays the role pretty good, She's really a good actor when it comes to playing the role. Now, here we go. Your boy Rivers seeing if he's still breathing. And yes, your boy, the highest, the lowest, he wakes up and he's like, how long was I out? He was like, the normal time. No, he wasn't knocked out the normal time. He was knocked out way longer than that, being OD'd by him. It's like, yeah, I had a dream that, I had an out-of-body experience and I died. And he was like, were you there? River's good at playing the role like he's concerned, but he's really not, right? Were we there? No, you weren't there. And, I died and all of this and that. And he's like, where did we get that, that batch from? And River's like, I don't know. He's like, all right, go get Daikon. He would know. Go get him right now, because the highest has a suspicion that something's wrong with that batch, right? So Daikon and them, they're at the pavilion. He's like, all right, we're going to get you some food right away. Everybody be cool. He's trying to keep everybody calm and all of that, right? So they're like, yeah, we're pretty hungry. And, your boy Aaron, he's really, really trying to be cool and act, the way that Laura's acting. Like everything is all right, but Aaron knows the truth. So River, he comes along and says, hey, Daikon, the highest wants to see you, right? He's like, okay, all right, okay, let's go, right? So Daikon is about to leave. And as they're walking, Daikon stops River and says, listen, you know why I keep you alive? And he's like, no, why do you keep me alive? He says, because, I like to see the highest beat your ass every time. He's like, oh, you know about that? He's like, yeah, I know about that because he used to do it to me. But then I sacrifice, little bitches like you. And he's like, oh, River's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm not sorry. He says, I'm going to find out what you were doing in that safe. He's like, I wasn't doing anything. He's like, shut up. I know what you're doing. And once I find out and I get another boy, then we're going to make sure you're out of here, right? He really hates River. So here we go with Lewis, number 2, number 3, or however many Lewises we have. He's like, yo, man, I had to handle some stuff. I'm relieving you right now. And scumbag, man, he's like, I got to go to the bathroom. He's like, all right, go ahead. So he's walking away all like hard and all this and that. And Lewis is like, man, she really messed you up. And Manny's like, yeah, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her back. So look out for that, how Manny tries to get Zane back, right? Because Manny's really still tore up from the pencil sharpener, if you remember from last season. So here we are. Aaron is like, I really got to go to the bathroom. Remember, he has that cell phone. He's trying to use it, right? He's like, how about I go with, that guy right there? And talking about Manny, because Manny's going to the outhouse. And they're like, Manny, can you take Aaron to the bathroom? He's like, yeah, you were going that way anyway. Aaron is just not a good actor. He's not as good as Laura as far as trying to make everybody seem like everything is okay. So he probably takes the cell phone out of his bag. He's like, I want to take my bag. And she's like, no, go ahead. I'll hold the bag for you. Right? Who knows what else is in that bag, because they weren't supposed to have anything according to their agreement. They were supposed to leave everything behind, right? And Laura's just like, yeah, I'm hungry. I'm real hungry. So I hope he gets back soon. And, Joan is just playing along like, yeah, it's going to be really good. Don't worry. So here we go. Zane and Elda Madamava bring the food. And yes, they are happy to bring the food, right? It's all ready to go. And yeah, Laura's like, oh, that looks real good. And she's like, I'm going to wait for Aaron. And, Marva's like, no, me like you to eat the food when it's hot, when it's hot. She's like, okay, I'll eat the food. I don't want to mess around with your food. I want to taste it. So she tastes the food. She's like, that's real, real good. She's like, yes, it's definitely good. Eat up now, eat up. And Jonah's like, yeah, eat up. Eat more, yeah. Come on, they're just encouraging her. He's like, oh man, I really can't eat anymore. I gotta wait for Aaron. And they're like, no, 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 no. Keep eating the food. So she keeps eating the food, and we already know what's gonna happen, right? Yeah, they got the drugs in the food, so she's about to get towed up. So here we go. We're at the outhouse. And yeah, Aaron's like, hey, you want to go first? And all this and that. And he's like, yeah. So Manny proceeds to do his business, and he tries to talk to him. He's like, listen, man, I'm not trying to talk to you while I'm doing my thing, man. And he's like moaning and groaning. He's like, oh, that doesn't sound too good. Can I see the knife? And it's like, the knife, what knife? The knife that cut you? He's like, no. Yeah, I just want to make sure it's not rusty. Like, Aaron is just doing a whole bunch of stuff, doing too much. And it's so obvious that he's trying to do something else. So he's like, you can go ahead. I'll catch up with you. He's like, no, I got to watch you. Just go ahead and handle your business. And he's trying to make a phone call, trying to take the phone out without him seeing, but it's not going to work. So Aaron's like, okay, I guess I'm done now. It's pretty quick, right? So he doesn't get away with trying to use that cell phone. And he's still trying to talk to Manny. And Manny's like, listen, man, I don't got no time for you, bro. We out of here. Let's go. So River knocks on Ruth's window, and she comes out, and they're talking about everything that happened. She's like, listen, what happened? Is he good? Did he wake up? Yeah, he woke up. It's all good. Did he remember anything? Nah, he didn't remember anything, but he was asking about how much, the dosage was and where we got it from. And she's like, listen, man, you almost killed the highest, almost messed up the plans. Like, you can't be doing that, bro. Like, you got to calm down, stick with the plan. We got to get the millions. Stop being crazy like that, because River is just bugging out. He's like, I just can't stand when he tortures me and hurts me and all this and that. And he's just like, I was just so angry and all of this and that. And she's like, yeah, you was in control in the streets. Don't worry about it. And he's like, yo, you're in control right now. So keep your head on straight. We got to get the millions. Nothing is going to stop us from getting this money. Okay, nothing's going to stop us. He's like, I know. It's like, all right, good, because we got to get this money. And if he does anything crazy to you, just know that there's a payoff. So Daikon is sitting and looking and staring at the highest. And the highest wakes up. He's like, oh, how long have you been there? I've been here for a little bit. I'm just watching you. He's admiring him in the whole nine, because Daikon's not the number one anymore. You know what I'm saying? Ruth is number one. River's number two. And Daikon's like number three at this point. He's like, hey, listen, where did that batch come? Get rid of it, because I believe that those dealers, they were trying to kill me. So we're going to have to get rid of that, and you're going to have to find some new dealers with a new batch, So Daikon looks in the drawer, there's nothing there. He's like, there's nothing there, right? He didn't say anything to the highest, but he's like, listen, go find me a new dealer in the whole nine. And of course, Daikon, he feels kind of bad because he's not really in that good of graces with the highest anymore. He's not really the number one person that he goes to anymore, right? So he goes out and he's like, listen, I'm looking for, Manny. Where's he at? It's like, I don't know. He was over there. He went to the bathroom. So we got the FBI, and they are talking to your boy, Sheriff Conley. And he's telling, the deputy, yeah, she was just leaving. We could talk privately right here. So he kicks her out because, Sheriff Conley wants to take over the shift. Brian's not around, but we know exactly what happened to Brian. So he's like, what are you guys here for? He's like, yeah, we know we sent the FBI guy in here, Brian. Have you heard from him? No, I haven't heard from him. He actually was acting like he was an arrogant guy. He was really bad and all this and that. And she's like, that sounds strange. Like, she's looking like, that doesn't even sound right. She's like, yeah, well, we know you have cameras and all that and surveillance. We want to look at what you got. He's like, well, those things don't really work and da-da-da-da-da. And, the guy's not believing Sheriff Conley, but she's like, oh, okay, I understand. You guys are on a budget and it doesn't work, huh? Well, we want to see the footage that you do have, right? So he's trying to charm, Desiree, Sheriff Conley's trying to make her laugh and all this and that, but she's playing along. She's like, oh, there's no hotel in town, but we'll be back in the morning, right? And the sheriff was like, oh, damn, man, okay. They coming back, we in trouble. So now we are in the woods. And your girl, Ruth, is going to give Scumbag Manny a shot. He's all scared of needles. Like, yo, big ass is scared of needles. And he turns, face forward. She's like, dude, turn around. He's like, you going to hit me in the booty? And she's like, yeah, man, it's a tetanus shot. Turn around. She's like, take down your drawers, man. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, she's talking to him like he's a little kid. He doesn't know what he's doing. So he pulls down his drawers and she pops him in the butt with the tetanus shot. And he's like, do it already, do it already. And she's like, I did, you freaking butt wad. I already did it. Here comes Daikon. What is going on here? Daikon is everywhere. Of course, Rufus looking back, trying to think of a quick excuse as to what they're doing there and why she's giving him a booty shot. So is Daikon going to get jealous and go off? We shall see in the next episode of Tyler Perry's Ruthless Season 4. And yes, this was the recap for episode 2. Family, drop your comments below. This definitely is heating up. It's a setup to the actual events that are about to happen in the next coming episodes. I'm looking forward to it all. Family, if you just found me for the first time, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and absolutely, let's continue to keep this thing going. I appreciate all your love, your shares, and everything. Family, I appreciate you for watching. If you like this video, love this video, definitely check out this next one. And until next time, salute.